align two sequences that are related. So it's going to seem a little bit like BLAST, but the difference is whereas BLAST is an alignment program where we're using BLAST to search for similar genes or similar proteins, with clustal we're going to start with two genes that we know are related, and then it's going to give us a good alignment, a sequence alignment of them. So these two genes that we're looking at here, it turns out that they are related, but I can't by eye pick out like where the similarities are, right? I mean, they don't start with the same sequence or whatever, but as we'll find, actually they have similar sequences. So we need some tool that's going to find the best alignment for us so we don't have to do it by eye. So we're going to use this on a website, on a web browser, and then we're going to use it on the command line. So let's start with a web browser. So if we just search for it, we can find an aligner. I'm not sure even which one of these are good or bad. This one looks fine. And so we're going to take our two sequences. It could be more than two. It could be 5. It could be 50. And we're going to paste these in here, and then we're just going to ask it to align for us. And you see how fast that went. With BLAST, you have to search against a whole database. Here, you just have to compare two sequences. And so it gives us an output, and we can see in this output, if we look at it, this is an alignment. On the top, that's our first gene, and on the bottom, that's our second gene. And we see these regions that are actually very highly conserved. So you may notice here that asterisks indicate positions where both proteins have the same amino acid. So here, both proteins have an E residue, so that's an asterisk and so forth. But here they're different, so it's not an asterisk down here. Okay, so that's basically how clustal works. And now we'll just learn how to run it on the command line, which is actually even easier. So our file is called T. That's the file we were just looking at. And we can run that on the command line by just doing clustalw and then T. Oh, I'm in the wrong computer. On this computer it's clustalw2, but on our cluster it should just be clustalw. And so we run it, and it tells us that it's created a file called t.aln. And if we look at t.aln, we see that it's the same thing that we saw over here on the web. So depending on whether you've looked at the BLAST tutorial, this may be the first time that you used a bioinformatics program by just typing its name on the command line. But it turns out this is a very common way to interact with a complicated bioinformatics program. So there's our tutorial for clustalw. Hope it helped.